What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to your road trip, man. I'm back in the hot seat driving. We're on our way down to Southampton now for the game today at St Mary's. The first away game in like 18 months, something like that. It's nuts. I'm proper looking forward to it. I'm sure the travelling Man United fans, we're going to be loud. We're going to be singing. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I can't wait. You know, the away games are really something special. They really are. So big up to anyone who's going down to the game today. And big up to everyone watching it as well, because actually, it doesn't matter where you're watching it from. This is our first away game with fans for everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a big test for the boys today. Team news. Well, we saw what Solskjaer had to say yesterday. He wasn't really giving anything away with obviously who he's going to start, which is typical, not just Solskjaer, all managers. I'm just on this Varane thing. Everyone obviously wants him to start, and I do too. I just wonder whether Ollie thinks he can give him 90 minutes or not. Because like I said, as a centre-back, you can't start the game with the view of coming off, and you can't be on the bench with the view of coming on for 15 minutes. You ain't making that change unless you are injured. You aren't making that change unless, you know, someone gets forced off. Do you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get that Ollie needs to kind of be 100% sure that Varane's got 90 minutes in his legs. But I'm just thinking of it like, well, he's been fit the whole of last season pretty much. He's gone to the Euros and played every game. Yes, I'm not saying France had a good Euros, but I'm saying he was there playing every game. He's had his rest, had his bit of pre-season, a week to get up to speed. Just put him in. Just put him in. Yes, if he might be slightly rusty, but that will come. My thing would be put him in, but obviously Ollie can clearly see him day in, day out in training and see where he's at. The fact he didn't play against Burnley, I'm a bit like, I don't think he will. I don't think Varane will start. I really, really hope he does. But I just can't see it for some reason. I think there's a bit more caution. Jadon Sancho on the other side. On the other hand, though, I think we'll start the game. If it was me, I'm going with Sancho, Greenwood, and I wouldn't start Dan. Actually, do you know what? Dan James probably start again. I think he goes with the same front three. I really do. Martial. He's had another. To be actually, no. I would personally go with Tony, but I'm not sure Solskjaer will, because Dan James, you know, stretched leads, and yes, he was very wasteful. And I kept looking at Dan James, thinking that's where Jadon Sancho should be. If Jadon Sancho was there, that would be the one. But I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, you see Dan James on the sheet, because you know you look at what Solskjaer was saying about how well he is. But there shouldn't, no offense, there shouldn't really be a space for Dan James in that front three. Not now. Sancho's looks like he's should be ready. Should be Paul Pogba on the left again. I don't think you need to change that. Sancho on the right, Greenwood up front. That for me has got to be the front three. We'll see. I think he'll go with McTominay and Fred again. Oh, look, they did pretty well. Let's say, you know, especially McTominay as well. He was really good against Leeds. And there's no reason why he's going to change it. So I think we'll see Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, David De Gea obviously, Fred, McTominay, Bruno, and like I said, Pogba, Greenwood, and then I think Sancho will start on the right hand side. The interesting thing was though, when Tony came on with Sancho in the game against Leeds. Obviously Mason went out to the right, I believe, and then Pogba. What happened? Sancho was on the left, and Martial went up front. That's it, and then Pogba come off as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Solskjaer sees Sancho better coming from the left, and maybe he might put Pogba in the middle. But I think with how good Pogba was on that left hand side, I don't think you can change it. I don't think you change him. I don't think you can. I know it's a different type of game. Leeds play a different type of football. They're very open, very expansive, leave a lot of spaces in behind. Southampton probably going to come with a 4-4-2, like they did in their first game. But I honestly think you can't change Paul Pogba. So for me, Paul Pogba is a shoo-in on the left. The freedom he has coming in off that left-hand side. Defensively, yes, he needs to make sure he keeps his shape and gets back in the defensive shape and doesn't play too far ahead of the ball. But he needs to stay there. So really, the only clear place for Sancho to play is on the right. And like I said earlier, when there was a lot of Dan James got into a lot of good positions, and I said it on the show yesterday. He gets into very good positions because he's actually got quite a decent understanding of the game and what is expected of him. Hence why he arrives in the positions a lot. But obviously his final end product is not there. But I just thought to myself, if Sancho was in that position, if Sancho would have had that ball with that much space, he would have made the right option. Or if Sancho would have taken that shot, probably would have been on target. So I just feel like that's where he needs to play. And obviously Mason just smashed it up front. So I don't think there's too much changes to be made. The obvious ones is only Maguire, is Lindelof for Varane, and Dan James for Sancho. I think other than that, you keep the team exactly the same. I do think though, there's going to be periods in the game, you know, you've got to earn the right to play. We can't disrespect Southampton. They've lost, 3 key players. Ryan Bertrand starting left back, Vestergaard starting centre back, and obviously Danny Ings, and you saw what start he had for Villa yesterday with a great goal. He scored 2 and 2 now, Danny Ings. But back to Southampton, it's a big miss. It's a big miss for them, and they're readjusting. So that's one of the pros for us. That's one of the things that should help us. They're in transition. I think they just secured a Brazilian centre back. Can't remember his name, but they're trying to rebuild because they've lost 3 of their key players. But it is still the first time St Mary's is going to have fans, you know, in 18 months. It's everyone's fans are back, and I'm not saying that, you know, that means we're going to lose or anything like that, but that is something to contend with in the first sort of 15-20 minutes. And depending on how we approach the game and how quickly and how efficiently we're able to adapt, I think that's going to determine the pattern, especially early on of play, because we want to settle down them Southampton fans. What you don't want is us starting poorly, you know, not keeping the ball very well, having to, you know, knock it out for corners and getting turned, having to keep putting it out for throws because we're not on the ball and Southampton are really aggressive. I'm not really sure how Hasenhüttl is going to have them. I don't know if he's going to make them press in the 4-4-2. What is it? Probably Walcott on one side, Gineppo on the other, I'm assuming. Might be a bit different, but, you know, he might say, right, and then the new lad from Blackburn, and obviously Che Adams, energy, just running. But we should hopefully be on the front foot, and that's going to be massively key to settle down that St Mary's crowd. What we don't want is a shaky start, and obviously our away record, what we've got on the line today, is we can equal Arsenal's you know, run of away games of that invincible team. Something to you know, to work towards. But our away form has been absolutely brilliant. Yes, most of that has been without fans, but I do remind people that even in that little period just before, you know, the pandemic hit, we were still doing really well away from home in early January, late October, November, December, before we went in 2019 into 2020 when the pandemic hit. So I do think that's a big thing to look forward to. But game management, if we start, I believe if we start well, keep the ball, keep the St Mary's faithful quiet by having our own pressure, by having our own dominance, by keeping them penned in, or keep recycling the ball and making them, you know, early corners, early knocking it out for throws, getting it turned, having to hack it clear, and we recycle the ball edge of the box. Try and keep them penned in and keep the tempo quick. I believe we should get the 3 points today. I think we're super confident. We've got players to come back. And Leeds is Leeds though. You know, that game is gone now. That game is gone, and Southampton don't play how Leeds play. Even yesterday against Everton, I was saying, you guys saw on the Don Robbie channel when I think I predicted like a 3-2 win for Everton, and it very nearly was. You just know how Leeds play. They're so open, they're so expansive. Once they concede one, they don't really have an ability to shut up shop and tighten it up. They just go for it. So it's a different type of game. I don't think Southampton are going to allow maybe the spaces that Leeds did. Not many teams do. So we're going to have to be at it. But I think I'm feeling positive. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I just got a feeling that we're going to be quite dominant, and how I would like us to start the game in terms of all the things I just spoke about, I think we've got a really good chance of doing that. Do you know what I mean? So if everything goes to plan, we get the 3 points. I'm really looking forward to see Mason go again. I was touching on it yesterday. I know it's looking a bit further forward, and you know, you've got to take it in context. I'm not saying that Mason's a better striker than Cavani. Of course he's not. But Mason's got the chance now to really get a bit of form and do what he wants to do. And kick on and actually keep that starting shirt at the moment, and make it difficult for Oli to change it. If Mason's in form, getting goals and assists, why change it? Do you know what I mean? Want to see Pogba again do his thing and Bruno link up, and it'd be so exciting to see Sancho start. You know, especially for our first away game, it give us something to really get behind. So yeah, guys, smash a video. You can smash a video if you want, but smash a like on this video, and subscribe if you lot are new. You lot know what's coming up after this. You've got the match view with KG. I've given him the keys to the channel. He's in already. There should be no problems. If KG's late, I want you guys to all let me know and get onto him on social media. If he's late, yeah, let me know. I'm leaving you guys in charge of helping him out in the comments, yeah, coasting through it. But it's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you check out the match view with KG. Make sure you guys sub to the channel, and then straight after the match view, we'll have the match reaction live with Owen. So make sure you guys check that out, and then the fan views should be ready, and then you guys can see what the fans have to say after the 3 points. Anyway, guys, I'll see you there. Peace.